say, man. For those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what's coming next. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're gonna get to the other stuff in a minute, but before we do anything else, what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So at this time, it really ain't nothing else to do, but I'd like to welcome you to the Priceless Lounge. Yeah, we priceless now. I am your host. I've been called many things, but I'd rather be referred to as he who must remain nameless. I'm just the coolest old dude in the motherfucking cosmos. And even beyond that, you know who else I am? I'm the one that's always more fly than your most favorite astrologer. And I stay on point. So it's about that time for you to just open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. One time. See, this right here, this is a little cosmic insight on the late night high. You better smile. What it was, y'all. Y'all should know who it is. If not, I can't tell you. Like I said, I'm he who must remain nameless. And you tuned in with Priceless Knowledge yourself. And this right here, this ain't shit but some cosmic insight, y'all, for the late night hype. And I hope everybody feeling good. I hope everybody, on the same vibe and everybody tuned in. Because it's time to go deep again. As deep as we can go. But it's going to be a beautiful thing this time because this right here, this is a little something about those people that have Venus in the 8th house of the natal chart. Yeah. And before we actually go there, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to give y'all a little information about what Venus is in astrology. I'm going to give y'all a little information about the energy that comes along with it and how it might affect you. Then after that, I'm going to give you a little bit about what the 8th house of the astrological chart is actually all about. Pardon me. Then after that, we're going to bring it to a climax, which is actually what I do best. Yeah. It's my favorite too. Mi favorito. But, I'm going to quit playing. Well, I'm probably not going to quit playing, but let's get it cracking, y'all, for real. So Venus. This is the second planet from the sun. It's never more than 47 degrees away from the sun. It's feminine energetically, and it rules over the signs of Libra and Taurus, as well as the 7th and the 2nd house of the astrological chart. And for me, Venus is all about pleasure, especially pleasure shared with somebody else in particular. And that's because this planet concerns itself with love, romance, harmony, money, marriages, friendships, business partnerships, and we cannot forget beauty. Okay. And, Venus is about spreading happiness and tenderness and at the same time teaching us to love and appreciate the things that we possess. Okay. It's about the arts and each one of our individual sense of the aesthetic. And Venus really wants us to indulge our senses and really revel in the beauty of the universe. It's inextricably linked to culture, charm, and grace. And this planet really, deals with pleasures that we derive from our possessions, like I said. And luxuries of all kind are going to be pleasing to Venus because it really wants us to appreciate the exquisite nature of things. And always keep this in mind. When you're dealing with Venus, this is an extremely sensual, not necessarily sexual, but an extremely sensual world. Understand that? And so, and also understand when we're talking about by house and sign, this is going to show how you love and what you love, really, in a nutshell. So when we're talking about the 8th house of the astrological chart, yeah. This is the place that's ruled by Scorpio and, the planets Mars and Pluto. And it's a really mysterious sector that rules over birth and death and sex and transformation and mysteries and merged energies and bonding at the deepest level. Okay. And it's also the house of other people's money and property. And traditionally, it's been called the house of sex, death, taxes, secrets, and power. I promise I'm not against that definition because it's really all about all those things. This is also the home of the taboo. Understand? And the place of hidden mysteries. And you got to understand the biggest of which is that final transformation that we all must go through, death. And it's here where we find the deepest emotional wells and the secrets of the soul that unfold throughout a lifetime. And a big part of the reason that it's so feared, this 8th house energy is because of its power to end our old way of being, man. And the 8th house really, involves the soul level changes that we go throughout a lifetime. Understand? And, the many deaths or transformations that are played out by whatever signs that are on the cusp or, the planetary placements here. You understand? It's also all about compulsions and obsessions and primal entanglements. So in Latin, understand this, the orgasm is known as le petit mortit or the little death. And that's because it's really a surrender to the primal energies. And in that moment, we're more than body. In that moment, we transcend. And so accordingly, that's why both sex and death are connected here. And there's so much more, man, but that's really the basic gist of it, okay? And so when we're talking about, placing Venus here in the 8th house, man, before I get into all the sex and death and secrets and power, that I know y'all came for when y'all see this, man, I really need y'all to understand that, usually when dealing with Venus, whatever house that she appears in, you got to understand that, it's usually graced with a certain, element of harmony and cooperation going on. Well, I'm going to tell you now that it ain't that easy for the 8th. It just ain't. It ain't, man. And that's because, in this case, a lot of Venus's influence is going to be, resisted by this person, man, and kept just at arm's length. I mean, just right where they can't get to it because of that fear of being hurt and being vulnerable and getting taken advantage of, man. And that really often gets in the way of a lot, man. And it really gets in the way of their desire to connect with others more than anything else, man. And so what I see more than anything else here is really a person who's consistently and constantly, in a struggle to keep their emotions under control. For real, man. And try to be powerful with other people's emotions because they have a hard time dealing with theirs. And that's real, man. Especially when it comes to love and intimate relationships. And that's just real, man. And let me tell you, man, speaking on that, man, let me tell you now that these are not the type of people at all who would ever settle for any, lame ass, mediocre, half-hearted, type of relationship. They just can't do that, man. They want something so deep that it really transcends finite existence. And is somebody willing to offer that? That's a whole nother question. Are they willing to give that? That's a whole nother question. You got to understand that, man. And these are also the type of people, who, love, with extreme passion. They love with extreme passion, man. And on the other side of that, they also dislike with extreme passion, man. And they can provoke the same freaking reaction in other people too. So that's another interesting aspect of this, man. And what I will say about them is this, man. 8th house Venus people, man, they really do not give two craps, or a rat's ass about being popular with a lot of people. They really don't. But what they do want, what they need, is an intimate relationship that's really loyal and, completely submersive. That's the big thing with that. And, merging with really no exceptions or loopholes whatsoever, man. But, they're always going to end up I can't say always, a lot of the times they're going to run into a whole gang load of heartache because, they don't trust anybody. And that's really what it boils down to, man. So a lot of the times, they get their shit all fucked up because, they're not willing to give anything close to the amount of vulnerability that they really, require of the next person. So that's going to always cause problem in these personal relationships. And, what makes this one even that much more interesting is the fact is that, these people are so damn secretive, man. I want to tell you what else they are. They're sexy and they're magnetic and, it makes people just, be dying to know what's really going on under the surface with them, man. They got that going on, man. They have this powerful, powerful aura of mystery and, it makes them kind of really simply irresistible, to be honest, and pun intended, and when they do decide to merge with somebody, let me tell you, shit is gonna get as deep as it gonna go, because it has to, man, because 8th house Venus people, man, this says that for me, all their relationships really have karmic implications, to be honest, man. And, they're the vehicle that's going to help these folks really evolve on multiple levels. And that's a hard bag to carry. But at the same time, the experiences they have, the people they deal with, it goes both ways. They're just helping each other. You got to understand that everybody you deal with is either a blessing or a lesson. And that's not always easy for people to grasp. Okay? That's not always easy for people to grasp. But with these people, everybody they deal with is either a blessing or a lesson. And that's just really what it is, to be honest with you, man. And let me tell you this, man. Not only can the lessons learned really help them grow spiritually, but the 8th house is also about joint resources. So a lot of the time, the people that they deal with in these intimate relationships can really help them be more successful financially, man. Because Venus here also says that, they have the benefit of help of people in their intimate partnerships coming with them financially, or, they could be getting money from inheritance, or, some female family member, there's some money coming from there in some way, or, just somebody they're dealing with in this experience is, is going to pay off in the end. And that's always a beautiful thing, man. It really is. And, or there could be an insurance settlement. That's another thing. And looking even deeper than that, man, the 8th is also the house of secrets and, of death and the taboo. And with Venus here, they aren't afraid of the dark at all. They aren't afraid of it, man, like a lot of folks are. No, they love it. They love it. It turns them on. All that stuff, man. They're intrigued and fascinated and, very attracted to all things that are macabre. And, so if y'all could just sit up and do the Netflix thing where y'all watch a horror movie and chill, you just might be in there. That's a little, free game for you. You just might be in there. For real, man. And speaking of which, man, these are hands down, some of the absolute most sexiest people that there are, man. They're just going to have this magnetism and this sexual energy that's just oozing out of them, man. Their magnetism is undeniable. Just Period, man. And, this doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to find happiness in relationships, though. That's something I want y'all to know, because, it just means that, whatever the fuck goes down is going to be transformative and deep and passionate and sexy, man. These are those people that when they put that thing on people, they make people get obsessed with them. They make people just be tripping out about them. Like, they don't want to leave them alone. And they know that, man. They know that, man. And to sum this one up, let me tell you, man, these folks don't want no boyfriend or no girlfriend at all, man. They want a motherfucking soulmate. They want a soulmate, bro. Their intimacy is as intense as it gets here, man. But so is their vindictiveness. And that's something to know. So if you play with their vulnerabilities, this isn't somebody that's just going to let it go, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not somebody to be played with, man. If you're theirs, you better be theirs and only theirs. And that's real, man. Or whoever you fooling with, both of y'all's lives could probably be in peril. And that's being real. That's being real, man. That's just being real. Think about it. Think about it, man. Is it really worth it? You need to find out which one that you need to stop fooling with, because I'm telling you, this Venus and the A, they not playing games about their love, man. That jealousy and that possessiveness, that comes with this one, man, it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous, man. And lastly, man, let me just say that with this one, man, sex is of the utmost importance to these people, because they struggle showing intimacy in every other way, man. And this is the only way right here that they want to express it. And then when they do express it, man, this is when they give in to that true vulnerability. And this is when they touch your true vulnerability. So, man, they're probably going to go through a lot of freaking passionate love affairs with Venus here, man. There's going to be a lot of freaky and beautiful and sexy shit that's going down. But, there's also probably a lot of drama going on too with this one. But even if it don't play out like that, just remember, just because you build like that, it don't mean you have to build like that, man. You don't have to feed into the negativity. We all have all of this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it ain't about what you do. It's about how you do it. And once you remember that, you'll know that, hey, man, that's some priceless knowledge in itself. There's been some priceless knowledge of self, man. I appreciate everybody's love and support, man. If you fool with me on any level, man, hit that like, share, and subscribe, man. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop some new stuff. And also, man, if you're watching this and you ain't hitting the dislike button, you should be hitting the like button, man. Let me know some. Okay? Y'all keep it true, man. If any of y'all interested in the astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below, or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Okay? And that goes for the merch too, man. Hey, I'm backed up on reading, so it's going to be a few weeks, man. If anybody's ordering a reading, I'm going to tell you now. If you order a new reading after today or beyond today, it's probably going to take a little bit over 2 weeks for me to get it to you, because I am backed up. I am swamped, and I'm great and gratefully, sitting here thinking that my business is booming, but at the same time, it's just me. So I'm going to have to get caught up before I would ever do anything else, man. And that's just real. So, hey, man, I want y'all to let me know if you want a reading, but at the same time, just understand it's going to take a little longer than usual, but I'm doing my thing. If you've already ordered a reading, I promise it's going to be out to you on time. Okay. Cause I am a man of my word. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all keep it real, man. I'm out.